was the son of immigrants who arrived in America via Ellis Island, along with millions of other European immigrants in the early 1900s. For my grandparents and subsequently my father, the doors to the land of opportunity were wide open. And my father walked through those doors. My grandparents were industrious folk, and through their hard work, my father always had a full stomach and a warm bed. He was nurtured both physically and emotionally. He was able to attend state college. At the outbreak of World War II, he was commissioned as a naval officer and served our country honorably. Dad then had a decades-long career in the oil and gas exploration industry, and today at age 90, he is still active and enjoys good health. It was not always an easy road for my grandparents or my father, but the doors to opportunity were always open. Now, a century later in the city of New Orleans, the doors to opportunity are closed to the majority of the children and young people living here. The problems we face are found in most major cities, but our local culture and systems have created an unlevel playing field for our children. 40% of children in New Orleans live below the poverty line. Louisiana's education system consistently ranks at the bottom. Public schools in New Orleans are among the worst in the state. As many as 85% of students are behind at least one grade, sometimes 2 or 3 or more. Students who are behind have a much greater chance to drop out of school altogether. Dropouts have a much greater incidence of jail or incarceration. New Orleans has the highest incarceration rate in the industrialized world. Children are having children. Teenage pregnancy is not stigmatized because many teenage mothers were born to teenage mothers themselves, and many young girls think that they have no better options than early motherhood. Parenthood is the leading cause of school dropout amongst teen girls. Alcohol and drug use have been part of New Orleans culture for many years. Substance abuse and addiction often lead to criminal behavior as a livelihood and violence related to the drug trade. It is no coincidence then that New Orleans is the murder capital of the United States. Most of the city's murder victims and perpetrators are stuck in a subculture of desperation in which young men drop out of school, deal drugs, and kill each other in the quest for profit. These young people who are on the cusp of adulthood are tragically the real victims of the failed social infrastructure that has been endemic to New Orleans. Where are the doors of opportunity for these young people? Hasn't their access been denied? I came to New Orleans in 1981 as a newlywed. Both in the business of oil and gas exploration, my husband and I have moved back and forth between Texas and New Orleans a total of 7 times in our 30-year marriage. We deliberately chose to return to New Orleans post-Katrina and arrived on the scene in May of 2006. I like to say that I am Texan by birth and New Orleanian by choice. I love this city. Like so many, I am passionate about this city. But when I see the social ills that have created this lack of opportunity for our youth, I am angry. This is social injustice in its truest sense. So 100 years after my grandparents arrived in this country, with the doors wide open to opportunity, I am attempting to open those doors for the young people of New Orleans through Liberty's Kitchen, a social enterprise serving youth ages 16 to 21. Our participants are out of work and out of school. The majority do not have a high school diploma. Many have been incarcerated. The adults in their lives provided few positive examples, and now most are themselves parents. Most live in a single-parent home, and many are homeless. But all are our children, children of this place, this city, this nation, this land of opportunity. Let me share their stories. Jeremy, illiterate at age 19, although he was passed through the 8th grade in New Orleans public schools. Tom, when asked about the Rest in Peace tattoo on his forearm, he tells that it is in honor of his brother, a brother who at age 9 hung himself. Tom found the body when he himself was only 11 years old. He never returned to the home. Perry, incarcerated as a 14-year-old and held without trial for a period of 16 months. living with a family friend. But the family friend is a drinker and a gambler and steals from Cheryl. Cheryl moved out and, although employed, is currently homeless. Kenny, 3+ friends, including a cousin, shot in the span of 1 week, one fatally. Mark, on the street at age 12, dealing drugs under the guidance and direction of his own father. These young people, children really, all have something in common. They are living in circumstances beyond their control. Deficient educations and limited social and workplace skills prevent them from becoming productive, employable community members. And the challenge for us at Liberty's Kitchen can be overwhelming. We work hard every day to address social barriers and give our students the occupational and employability skills training they need to become self-sufficient. We want to open the doors so that they have access to opportunity, just as my father had and I had. Isn't that what social justice is? Thank you.